friends. Your favorite besties are back for another episode of No Ma'am. I'm Will, and I'm joined by my podcast co-host in chaos.
Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you don't miss a single episode of No Ma'am.
All right, y'all. So, friends, today we have a special episode. It should be a fairly quick episode, too, because we are just going through the Meet the Queens of Drag Race France All Stars. and
I did
told
not think
Giovanni I
you were
was
gonna
going to
do
do
it.
I told him I was gonna do it, and he didn't believe me when I said it.
Uh,
So just so you know, when I edit this, I'm gonna put the little the pageant queen when she says France. I'm gonna put her like that because that's such an amazing
but
moment.
you also have to
But
put
we,
Legrand down.
oh my god, I have to put Legrand Dame on there too because she said it too, which is really great. But speaking of Legrand Dame, she should have been on. We said this before we started filming, but she really should have been on Drag Race France All Stars.
Please don't do that every single time because I will not be able to stop laughing. I'm about to have a RuPaul moment where like oh I can't even imitate that laugh that she does when she like
Oh, when she's like hubbled over. Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Oh, I
yeah. We
can't
love
even
that for
imitate
her.
that laugh.
Yeah. But when you first saw this cast, right? Obviously, we're gonna go into the looks. We're gonna talk about them individually. When you first saw the cast, what did you think?
I think this is an All Stars.
Hmm.
And I mean that is a little shady. Listen, some of the All Star seasons we've gotten recently, there's been some people on there where I'm like, yeah, that's a great queen. You know, she's participated. To me, sometimes the cast has never necessarily felt like all stars. And I know people kind of like love to make fun of that. And I'm not sending hate to the queens or anything like that. But I think this cast in particular, like I feel like is really good, strong queens who all have an actual chance to take the crown. Like, you know, I
Interesting.
feel like there's been some seasons where like you'll see the cast and you're like, yes, that's a great queen, but do I see her winning? No. Like I don't like especially
Hmm.
compared to the other queens on it, like whether it be who that queen is or like because we know that production loves to favor certain queens, like I feel like this isn't that. And that's why I enjoy this cast and I think we'll get a really good season.
Interesting. No, so what I was gonna say is yes, right. I think there's been some, I'm not sure who said it, but I've been watching some, recaps, and they're like, well, is it really All Stars if the girls aren't, or they just went on a season and they just came back to All Star season? Are they really All Stars too? And what does an All Star mean? I think for this, I'm a little on the fence, right? I think for this cast, because it's only technically been 3 seasons, so they only have that many girls to choose from with France. France. And so I think for this, yes, it makes sense. But when we first got All Stars 1 for the regular American season of RuPaul's Drag Race, we had about 6 seasons. So there was
Or
6 seasons.
the
All
first
Stars
All
1?
Stars, first All Stars was right after season four, before season five.
Oh yes. Okay, so we have four. And then when we got All Star 6, we had All Star 6. When we got All Stars 2, we had about like 6 seasons, right? Like
That
that's when we
was
got
I think that was after season eight.
probably because we got no, because
Yeah.
wasn't yes, yes,
No.
yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
But we had a ton of girls to choose from. And I think that's when you get a wild array of maybe some runner ups. You get some and maybe some first outs. But now we're getting a lot of those queens who've been 11th place, 12th place, 13th place. So All Stars has become you go back to All Stars to redeem yourself or have a redemption story or redemption arc versus you're coming back because you have something to prove and you know that you should have gotten the crown the first time. I think the first couple of All Stars, that's what it was. It was like we were runner ups or we were close to getting
Except me,
it.
I'm
We
first.
didn't get it. Right. Like, but something happened. And I think so now it's more of like, oh, wait, we did really bad in our season or we had like a villain edit. So now we want to come back and we want to, ground ourselves and make ourselves a little good.
Which I'm not
Nicer.
opposed to that, and I'm not saying that's a bad thing. But again, I just feel like this season is just like, yeah, these girls. It gives me like, yes, these girls are gonna like fight to the death for the crown.
Yes. Yeah. And what I love about France All Stars is that this one, we can see that the budget is upped, right? The girls are fully invested in this. And this is a fully realized All Star season from an international one. We can technically say that this is the first international All Stars. I'm going to exclude España because they weren't supposed to have one and they did it anyway.
If you know, you
Like
know.
that's why, right? If you know, you know. That's why I'm excluding them. So I think a lot of folks are going to consider this one the first like big international all stars because this one was like they didn't have a versus the world. They came in out the gate with like, yes, we are putting our eggs in an all star season for France because we think you deserve it.
Yes. Okay. Yes, I see. I see what you're saying. I see what you're
I'm like
saying.
production, right? Like,
Yes.
don't get me wrong. Like, was Espana All Stars, a great season, yeah, but they weren't supposed to have that. They wanted to have a versus the world, but instead they chose to have an All Stars.
No. Allegedly.
Right,
Allegedly.
allegedly. But it wasn't like this. It wasn't promoted like this one was. Like none of that happened. So
Yeah, I feel
that's why I can say that this is officially like the first international All Star season that we're getting.
fair enough. I think I really want to see Canada All Stars.
Canada should have an All Stars,
Canada
and
absolutely
Canada
should
should
have an All
stop
Stars.
having a versus the world.
UK needs an All Stars. Like yesterday.
UK definitely needs it all. I think they also have more queens to choose from.
Yeah, they've been like 6 seasons. They absolutely have way more kids to choose from.
Mhm. They have a lot. All right, let's get into these looks. All right, so there's some that I'm really excited about, and then there's about like two queens that I'm not so familiar with. But based on their like Meet the Queens look, I was like, I'm really excited.
Same.
So
Yeah, full disclosure, I did not watch season three. Not that I have
same,
anything against friends, but at the time that all these seasons were coming out, it was just a lot, girl. It was like Mexico, France, UK, España. Like it was a lot. It was a lot.
yeah,
So it was hard to keep
yeah.
up. I'll probably watch it
It
like before
was.
the
It
season
was. No, I
airs.
mean, I think I'm probably. I mean, you only got 2 days. This
So
season airs
before
on
the season
Friday.
finishes airing, I'll probably watch it.
Right. You have to watch France. I'm just saying. Okay. All right. Here we go. So first up, we have Cam Hugh. So she was on season one and she came in seventh place. What are we thinking?
I love Cam Hugh. I absolutely adore this look. This is an over for me. I love the
Really?
I love so first of all, Cam Hugh always looks good in blue. We know that. Like she knows what her color palette is and she will stick to it. I love this look. I love the nude illusion. I think it works really well. The fabric that she used, or well, I guess more materials, because I'm not really sure it is fabric. But I think she looks beautiful and just the poses she's doing. She looks great. I'm really excited what she does now because I actually enjoyed her in her original season. And I wish she would have gone further.
I mean, so this is a yes, ma'am for me. The only reason why this is not an OVA is because I feel like I've seen it before for some reason. I don't know. I feel like I've seen this,
Hmm.
or a variation of this, and so for me, it's like okay, cool. Like, but don't get me wrong, this is an amazing look, right? But also, sometimes Kim Hugh has a tendency to rely on pretty, and so I
So
wanted to
what?
see a
She's
little
pretty.
bit of. I mean, she is gorgeous, but I want to see a little edge, you know. So hopefully, coming back for All Stars, give a little grit to her and doesn't rely so much on the pretty.
Girl, if I look like that, I'd rely on pretty too. 24/7.
I mean, you know, Michelle said, don't rely on that body.
Which is a good thing we don't have her on the season.
This is so true. Yes. No, but don't get me wrong. I think this is still, in the grand scheme of the promo looks, this is probably one of the best ones that we
Yes.
had on the, like, it's striking. The color is great. The pose is good. The mug is right. Cam Hugh
Hmm.
looks amazing. I just was like, I expected a little bit more, but this only me because I'm a greedy person and I need more. That's it.
Fair. I see
All
that.
right. Next up, we have Ellipse, who is from season one, sixth place. And if I'm not mistaken, she was the Miss Congeniality of that season.
I think so. Yes. Before we even start anywhere, I know what you're gonna say, or I feel like I know what you're gonna say. You're gonna give her no ma'am because of her leg.
Actually, I would have gave her a soft ma'am. Gave her a soft ma'am, but I just think it's too simple.
Okay. I really thought you would have gone on about the fact that her hairy leg is out.
Oh no, no, that didn't bother me as much. It's not an ass. It's not a hairy ass. I don't mind a
Okay.
hairy leg.
Give this a yes, ma'am. And I think the actual outfit, yes, is very simple. It's very basic. It's not necessarily giving me all stars. Or at least to the extent that some of the other queens did. But I really like her makeup in this. Like I love the makeup. I like that she has a slightly different take on drag than the other queens did on her season. You know, she's slightly alternative.
Hmm.
I really enjoy her creativity. But this, I think, doesn't, besides the makeup, I think the actual outfit doesn't really show it.
No, I mean, Ellipse was a little bit on the darker side, right? When
Mhm.
we first saw her on season one. So this is a little bit soft for her. And so I think it's great too. I just think it's simple. And when you look at it stacked up against the other looks, I think there's a disconnect.
Yeah, I see
The other
that.
ones give us warrior, right? The other one looks like either warrior or maybe even Cam Hugh with a little fairy. And this one, I don't know. So I'm
I
not too sure what the prompt was.
I think so for me overall, like it's giving like for me what the overall vibe was kind of giving was maybe like Amazonian, like you know, like maybe like Greek goddess warrior. That's kind of the vibe that I got from the overall promo. And I think she does give that a little bit. or she tried to, but it doesn't go full on to the like she doesn't fully go through with it like some of the other girls did.
Yeah, I got either goddess because they are standing on the podium and they're in the clouds, or like like ethereal, maybe warrior. Right, because some of them
Yeah.
have armor, some of them have like the flowy chiffon. She kind of has like this Joan of Arc going on with her, where it looks like she's on fire and flames, so she could be a witch.
Hmm.
And like the tool may look like fire, and then up here the armor and something. So it's kind of give me that, but then again, I don't know. I feel like the prompt was a little like all over the place.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to know what the actual prompt unit was.
Yep. All right. Next up, we have La Big Bertha from season one, and she came in fifth place. What do you think?
I hate the shoes. I hate the shoes. The actual dress itself, I actually kind of like. I wish this shoulder moment would have been a little bit bigger, but just small details. Not the biggest fan of the hair, but I do enjoy the makeup, especially all those stones on it. But for me, it's a meh. I really hate the shoes. The shoes completely take me out of delusion.
This is a no ma'am for me. I do not like this at all. I do not. There's nothing about this look that I like, and there's
I
no
like
like no shade to her because she is super funny. She is hilarious. She is such a hilarious queen. But like, this is not a good look. This is not at all.
I like the corset. I like the corset. I like the makeup. Not a huge fan of the hair, and I hate the shoe. It's
I'm
meh.
happy one of us likes this. I'm happy one of us likes it. So, it's okay. All right. So
City.
moving on, we have season one runner up. We have Global All Stars ninth place queen, So the Muse. What do we think?
I give this a soft ma'am just because I feel like some of the appliques or some of those metal pieces look a little cheap. A little bit, not all of them. I'm specifically talking about like kind of like that shoulder arm area. I think she looks gorgeous. Like that mug is beat. And I love the color on her. I don't mind the shoes. But yeah, I think some of those metal appliques look a little cheap.
Okay. I gave this an over. Soa
Really?
looked, this is an over. I thought Soa looked amazing. I'm like, you better bitch. I love this. And this is one of the first ones this is one of the first looks I saw when the promo came out. I thought her skin looks amazing. Her
That,
face
yes.
looks good. The wig is great. I like the little
You like the
headpiece.
wig?
I like the wig. I like the headpiece. I like the poses. I think all of it just right.
I don't like the wig. I think it's
I
just a
like the
little
dress
flat.
because it's giving me like metallic, oh, but not metallic at the same time. The yellow is making her skin pop. I think it is great. This is over.
It's a great color palette for her, but I just think some of those things look very artistic. And I'm sorry, that wig
Yeah,
is too flat. That wig is way too flat.
I mean, no shade to Soa. She's had some great looks, but the wigs have always sometimes been a little questionable, though.
Fair enough.
Sometimes.
Fair enough.
Yeah, we saw it a little bit on Global All Stars. No shade. Like, just, some of them would be a little flat. But I think that's her style. That's what Soa,
Yeah.
like, that's what she does. But overall, it's great. I think a bigger wig would have made me not like the look.
I think enough
I
to
think
would have.
this human,
Oh, not enough though.
I
I think
think this
maybe like.
humanness looks good.
Okay, I can see that. I still think it's flat.
All right. So coming in from season two, seventh place, we have Moon. What do we think?
I think this is. You know what? I will give it a yes, ma'am. And I
Mm,
think what saves it is the makeup and the prosthetics and the way she sells it. Because the actual garment itself is not bad. I hate this color, but I just hate the color green. But it is definitely very basic compared to some of the other queens. But for me, what saves it is those ears, the makeup, and the hair. The outfit
okay.
itself is not bad. It's just a little simple.
I gave it a meh because the outfit is super simple. To
Mhm.
me, I think the accoutrements is what saves the look,
Yes, yes.
but that's why, because if you take off the ears, if you take off the piece that's on the ears, if you take off the shield, if you take off the staff, she's just in kind of like a leotard with some flowy fabric and some wrapped around shoes. And so essentially it's like this is a good look when you put everything together, but when you take all the pieces away, it's very simple.
Yeah, that the actual outfit itself is very simple. She looks beautiful.
Yes, and she does. And I'm super excited to see Moon back. I know that she quit the first season that she was on because she wasn't in the right mental headspace. I think that's great. Sometimes you have to do that for yourself, right? You have to
Yes.
choose yourself first. When you were in competitions, that's kind of like a powder keg, a pressure cooker. And so I would love to see her come back to see what she can fully deliver because up until when she decided to quit, Moon was great.
I was about to say she was doing really good. She was actually one of my favorites in season two. But then again, like half of them were my favorites, honestly, in season two.
Yeah.
But she was definitely up there for me, and I really liked her. I wanted to see more of her, and I'm excited we get to see it.
Yeah.
Hope
And
she
she was
doesn't go home
also Miss
early.
Congeniality of that season too. She got crowned at the reunion and everybody was so excited for her. She had a standing ovation, which made her super emotional. I remember that because Moon is a fan favorite.
She was. She was.
Speaking of
Ugh.
someone who is a fan favorite of both of ours, we
Yes,
have from season two, fifth place, Peach.
I love
What do we
Peach.
think?
I love me some Peach. I need her to use that middle finger in very unholy ways on me. But I actually really like this. This is a yes, ma'am. I know we've kind of seen this idea used like similarly, like with the whole like using the hand as kind of like an outfit, but I think she did a slightly different take on it. I'm not a huge fan of the color. I wish it maybe had been maybe a bit of a darker hue. I think I would have enjoyed it more, but I think it's a little too bright. But overall, I think it's a really good look. I love all the detailing on it. She looks great. I love that she didn't get rid of the beard. And I love kind of all the metal accents on it, which I know I said I didn't really enjoy on Soa's, but I think I enjoyed them more here. Maybe because there's more of it. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, I gave this a yes, ma'am, as well. I still think it's a little busy. I think so, but I liked it altogether as a concept. I think it's very different. I think it's edgy, but still very on brand for Peach. I think that's great. Peach is also one of those queens that is really fine inside of drag and outside of drag.
Ah, that
Peach
man
is
is fine.
fine. And like Beard does something to me, and I'm like, yes. I remember the talent show when everybody was like, "Yo, Peach can dance," and
Peach
I
can
was like,
dance.
what?
Peach
So
can
I this is
dance.
this is also a queen that I'm super excited because when they got eliminated and they came back, I was so excited, and I'm like, yes, oh my god! And so the fact that Peach is back, I think Peach can win this whole entire thing.
I agree. I think she can. I think if she really goes for it and just lets herself have fun and just really attack it head on, I think she can win. I think she has what it takes to win.
Fully, 100%. Great. So moving on, we have Punani from season two, our third or fourth place queen. What do you think?
This is a no, ma'am.
Oh my god, no ma'am on Punani.
I love Punani. I love Punani. Not that Punani, but this
I
Punani.
mean, you don't like Punani, but you like Punani.
Yes,
Yes, yes,
yes,
yes,
yes.
yes.
I
I
do.
think that we
I
have to clarify that.
I love this wig. I do love this wig. I love how honestly kind of how campy it is. I hate this color. I hate this color. Of the actual outfit, and I just think it's so simple. Like, where's the bottom? I needed more fabric. I do enjoy the like the water droplets that were added to it, but I don't think it's enough to save the look.
Yeah, I'm confusion. I also give this a no ma'am because of the water droplets. I just don't understand
I
what
actually
like
liked it.
what is I don't but I don't understand where like why they're needed. Right? Like I
Oh, I
don't see
mean,
the point.
yeah,
Like I
no,
don't get it. Like I don't see is she a water goddess? Like I don't see the point in the water droplets. So to me, it's just unnecessary like accoutrements, and I don't like that. And so for
yeah,
me, it's just like oh, it takes away from the fact that it's just there. Is it good for photos? Absolutely. But if I'm dissecting it, right? Like if I'm looking at the Meet the Queens photo, do I get the ooh ah sensation from this look? No.
no. I do love Punani though. I think she's great. I was so sad when she got eliminated.
I mean, she got eliminated in the finale.
Yeah, I think she should have been top two. Actually,
I don't think she should have been top
no,
two.
no. Maybe it should have just been
Not for
more of a
that
top
season.
three. No, maybe it should have just been a top three. Just because I really enjoyed Punani and I wanted to
Okay.
see maybe just a few more seconds of her. Uh,
You know, I feel like
I
Punani's edit was too. I feel like she got the rose edit.
Yeah, and you know I love Rose on her season.
Yeah, you know, I love rose too.
Yeah,
But I feel like she got the two. Like she's too polished and she's too button up and she's too perfect.
yeah, she did. But there's nothing wrong with that, I think. But I do understand that maybe we need to see something a little different sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, they had. Remember, she came in with Rose. Remember the whole thing. There was
Yeah, and
a
Rose got
duo,
eliminated
Rose and
first.
Punani, and Rose got eliminated first, and they thought that was going to be a storyline for Punani. And Punani's like, "I'm not Rose."
Yeah, I love that. I love that. She's like, I'm not giving you. I'm not.
Like, like Punani was like, "I'm not Rose." Like Rose got eliminated first. I'm sad for her, but that's her. I would expect Rose to come back to All Stars, but she didn't. It's very
Do you
interesting.
think they asked her?
Like I would think maybe you never know. I mean, it was Rose and Punani. I don't know. Or maybe Cookie Conti.
I would have loved to see Cookie Cunty. I loved Cookie Cunty. She was so cunty.
Right. She was so Conti.
She was.
Coming in, we have from season two, third or fourth place, we have Mami Wata. What did you think?
I love Mami Wata. This isn't over for me. It's giving very Grace Jones, very, and I mean this in the best way possible. This is not me like drawing comparisons because they're two black points, but it's giving me very Shea Coulee. And I mean that as the biggest compliment. I absolutely adore this. I love the color and the fabric choice that she went with. Like to me, she really does just give like super like futuristic warrior, and I'd be terrified of her if I saw her in this.
Listen, Mami Wata gets a double over
This hair.
because she fully, hands down, no one is touching this promo look. Like, this may actually be the best promo look we've got for one person, for one queen for this year.
I mean, we haven't gotten a lot to begin with, but
I
yes.
think we've already seen All Stars 10, right? And Alyssa Hunter took the first place of the best promo look.
Oh, for
I
you.
think this is even, well, for me, I think this is even better than Alyssa Hunter's. And that is saying something because Alyssa Hunter's promo look in the purple, like, it stomped everybody. This right here
Wait,
is black excellence to like the umph degree from everything from top to bottom. This is literally posing from H to T, from head to toe. This is
yes.
so good.
No, I love my favorite part about this really is that wig because it is so like for me it's very club kid, but in the cuntiest way possible. I love this wig. I
I don't
love
see,
how angular it
I
is.
don't, yeah, I also don't see another wig like being on this. I
Outfit.
don't see another wig on it. I
No,
can't see another wig on this. I don't even see, this is, to me, it's just art. It's not even an outfit. This is art.
that. Yeah, I love this look. I hope she wins just for this look.
Listen, baby, same here. All right. So now, coming from season three, ninth place, we have Magnetica. Now, I honestly don't know this queen because I'm not familiarized with the season, unfortunately, but I'm really intrigued with this look. I think this look is this is my second over. I like this look really well, and I don't normally go for monochromatic, but this is great. She looks good.
I agree with you. This is Nova. I also didn't watch season three, so I don't know much about this queen and the next one. But like you said, I am intrigued. This look is amazing. I love the color. I love the makeup. Like that makeup is gorgeous. The hair is absolutely amazing. The accessories, the shoes. I literally love everything about this. It's an absolute over.
Everything. And also the planetary like staff and painting it purple, the stance, everything just fits. It just goes.
And I feel again, I don't know who this queen is because I didn't watch the season. But if you were to tell me this girl's name is Magnetic, I'm like, oh yeah, that makes sense based on the outfit. That's Brandon right there.
Yeah, same. That is branding. I'm like, oh, this is good. The
Yeah.
makeup is great. Everything is just
Yes.
good.
Yes. That is how you fucking paint.
I'm
And
like, ooh, I'm
I'm really
intrigued.
excited to see what she does because I haven't. I mean, I don't know what
Same,
she's done.
same. And the funny thing about it's just like ninth place. So obviously, when we're seeing this look on All Stars, we have to go back and watch season three because if this is ninth place, like, child, that must have been some
Or
steep competition.
that, or it could have been like she just wasn't prepared for her season, and now that she's got her little coin,
That's
she's
also
coming
true.
back with fully realized. Which I mean, it'd be great just to go back and see what how far she's come.
So true. Yeah. All right. So now, last but not least, we have Misty Phoenix from season three, and she came in fifth place. What did you think?
No, ma'am. I really hate this neck piece. I just think it's too big for her, so it's kind of like wearing her. And I don't think the actual outfit does enough to save her. I think it's a little flat. Like I'm not a huge fan of fabric choice. You know, I hate the color green. That's not her fault though. I'm not a huge fan of this wig, but I think she does look very beautiful. And I love the shoes, but everything else is just like,
I gave it a yes, ma'am. I thought Missy Phoenix looks good. It would have gotten over if she didn't have the necklace on, because I think it's heavy and it's bulky. But in the grand scheme of things, I see why, because that silver metallic piece ties into the boots. It also ties
I,
into the staff. I think it's great, but I don't think it would have been needed. Maybe a smaller necklace, right? I think it would have been fine, but the big bulky one probably is overkill. But I'm intrigued with this dress because it's a different silhouette, but it's very intricate at the same time. And it's the straps that I like on the arms. I think that's good because it's like that braided effect, which is like that weave. I think that's great. I'm intrigued with Misty Phoenix. I'm curious to see what she's gonna bring.
I mean, I'm intrigued, but like, yeah, I really think it's that necklace that like completely takes me out of it. If maybe it had just been like a collar, like a metal collar, something like that, I think would have been better. This is just, yeah, it just completely ruins it for me. And again, I said I don't think the actual outfit itself. I appreciate the construction, but I think it just falls a little flat. Maybe it's a fabric choice that makes it look flat.
Well, that was the looks. So, who had your favorite and who had your least favorite look?
My favorite was definitely Mommy. She absolutely ate that. My least favorite, I think, is Punani. It was just too simple.
So my favorite obviously was Mommy Wata. Hands down. Like killed it, ate, left no crumbs. And my least favorite, while Punani's outfit was very simple, I had a visceral response to La Big Bertha, and I did not like it. So that's not my fave. I didn't like it at all. There was nothing about La Big Bertha that I liked in the outfit. That was our Meet the Queens recap of All Stars France. So just so you know, it actually drops on Friday. So make sure you tune in to Wild Percent Press.
Cross.
Plus, 1% plus, so that you can watch this season. Just know the besties will be recapping Drag Race France All Stars
And though he's not
all
going to be doing that
season
all
long. We
season.
may I'm not going to be doing it all season. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. We also may actually do a season rewatch of season three just to get caught up with Magnetica and Misty Phoenix. So just so you know, so we may actually like put that here and there. You never know. As some like bonus episodes or whatever or whatnot. But as always, friends, you know what to do. Make sure you like us on your favorite streaming platforms. Make sure you leave us a comment. Make it 5 stars. You know we like that. And as always, this is No Ma'am, where real talk meets legendary energy. All right, now, until next time. Bye.
Bonjour. That's French.